everyone, it's Rachel, and in this video I'm going to be doing a polymer clay style swap with another YouTuber known as Kawaii Studios. If you're an OG YouTuber, you may also know her as XOX Rufus. So Ruth and I are doing this collab together. In this video, I'm going to be following one of her polymer clay tutorials. I'm going to be following this polymer clay leopard tutorial. And in her video, she's going to be following one of my videos to see if she can make one of my charms. Once you finish watching this video, be sure to also check out Ruth's video. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. Also, I forgot to mention that at the end of each of our videos, we're going to have a little bonus section where we're actually reacting to the other person making our charms. So if you watch until the end of my video, you will see me reacting to Ruth making one of my charms. So let's just get straight into it. So I'm all set up and ready to go. I've got my camera here and I'm filming me on my phone. Now the fun thing about this is I haven't actually watched the video yet. So you're going to watch it with me and I'm going to kind of watch it as I also make it as well. Also, I'm sorry if my face keeps going really light on this. It's because I'm wearing a black jumper, so it keeps doing the weird light thing that phones like to do. Anyway, so the tutorial of Ruths that I have decided to follow is this Kawaii leopard cupcake. I don't know if I said that in the intro or not, so that's why I'm saying it now. I'm just going to go ahead and watch the video.
I'm bringing you a tutorial for this leopard cupcake charm. This was really highly requested, and when I asked you guys, you really wanted to see it, so I really hope you enjoy this video. So the first thing you're going to need
I chose this cupcake charm because I haven't, I'm like standing up. I haven't made a cupcake charm in a really long time and I've never made a leopard cupcake, and I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to make.
Cupcake base mold. If you want to sculpt, that's absolutely fine.
I do have a cupcake base mold.
So I always use this mold.
So here's my cupcake base mold. It's the same one as Ruth is using from Miniature Sweet.
Clay colours you're using. I just use some really nude, like simple colours.
Oh, okay.
So
Sculpey. I do have that.
I'm using vanilla by Fimo, but if you, of course, can use whatever colours you...
Vanilla. Where did I've got it over here. Be right back. Oops. Alright, I've got like a whole tray here of some scrap clay and I've got vanilla in there. I don't know which camera I should be showing. Should I be showing that one or this one? Anyway, so here's a bunch of scrap kind of clay and here's some vanilla. I don't know how much I'll need, so I'll just like collect that little bit there.
You need a colour for the face. If you're adding a face, so that's brown or black or whatever colour, I just forgot to show it here.
Oh yeah, I probably need that too.
You're also going to need 3, and then I've made my own light brown colour, which is just the darkest brown, the sand colour, and then orange.
Oh, okay.
And then the last thing is just a bunch of different tools.
Alright, so here I have my chalk pastels and I'm going to go ahead and pre-shave these so then I can just blend them onto the cupcake later. So Ruth said that I need a light colour and that's like a sandy one. So I'm just going to put mine on sheets of baking paper, not baking paper, just regular paper. So this is the sandy one and I'll pop that to the side, and then I think the other one was a sandy colour, a brown and an orange.
So I'll just scrape them and mix them together. Some orange, some sandy colour, and a little bit of brown. It looks a little bit darker than what Ruth has, so I'm going to add some more of the sandy colour and see how that goes. And then the final colour she said was just some brown, so I guess I'll do this shade of brown, like a dark one.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and begin making the base of the cupcake and then we get into the leopard part later on. So Ruth started off with her base mold and then the ecru colour. So I'm going to pop that in there. I've already conditioned it and rolled it into a ball. Oh, I obviously didn't condition it very well because it's very hard. So the idea of this video is that I get my cupcake looking as close as possible to Ruth's. So we will see how we go like that. We do have fairly similar styles, but I guess they vary a little bit. Obviously, as everyone does, you can't have them all looking exactly the same. Also, I realized the angles in this video aren't the best over here. I don't like sitting down on my chair because, I don't know, this is just in the way these days. So I kind of just walk around it as I need to. Sometimes I kneel down as well. So I realized that the height of where my phone is probably not ideal. Okay, so now that it's ready, I'm going to pop the ecru clay into the mold and press it down. And then if there's any excess, I'm going to cut it off with my blade. I've pressed it all in and I'm just going to very carefully trim off the little top part so it's not overflowing, and then just fix that up a little bit. So next she went ahead and she made the cake part of the cupcake. So using the vanilla clay, I'm going to go ahead and condition it and shape it into a dome. And then Ruth went ahead and added some texture with a toothbrush, so that's what I'm going to do now.
With chalk pastels, we're going to add the ears of the leopard. Okay. So the ears are just 2 pieces of clay that you've rolled into balls, and then you just want to place those on top of the cupcake. So then you want to secure the ears onto the cupcake. This is a little bit hard to explain, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically taking a large dotting tool, I'm poking that into the centre of the ear, and then
that's a pretty cool way to make ears.
Down onto the cupcake top, smooth.
Oh, nice. All right, I could do that. So I want to make just 2 regular balls for the ears. I don't want to make them too big though. How big were Ruths in the thumbnail? Probably a bit smaller than that. All right, so maybe something like that. That looks pretty good. There we go. I think I'm pretty happy with those. Then we needed to take a ball tool, but it needed a bigger thing on the end. All right, we'll go with this one. So I've got the ears, and then she said, well, she showed that you kind of push or indent them, and that's how they get blended on. Like that. Oh, this is quite tricky actually. And then I'll just make the indents a bit bigger. So they seem pretty secure on there. And then she said you can also blend on the front part, but she doesn't worry about the back. Also, sorry about the stuff on my finger here. I accidentally spilt super glue on me, so that's what that is. Yep, that looks good. I'm happy with that. What is next?
So the next step we're going to do is texture the ears so that it matches the top of the cupcake. This is quite tricky, so just go slow and be as gentle as you can. So how I texture the ears is that I use the exact same dotting tool. I place it inside the ear so that the shape doesn't get ruined, and then I very gently texture the ears using my toothbrush.
Oh, that's pretty clever actually. So putting that...
You also want to make sure that you texture that part of the ear that we smoothed onto the cupcake, because otherwise that bit is going to be smooth and then the rest of the cupcake is going to be textured. So don't forget to do that part, or your toothbrush if anything goes wrong. Next,
Alright, so I'm just going to start by shading the cupcake like I usually would. And I have my normal mixture here, and then also a fluffy brush. This one. And I'm just being super careful around the ears so I don't knock them off. I want to add that colour that I mixed before with the orange and the brown, and just put it on the top part. So I'll use my fluffy brush and just pop it on the top between the ears there, and also on the top of the ears so it looks like it's been baked.
So now we're going to be adding the snout of the leopard. You can do a slightly different design if you want, but I just like the snout. I think it's quite cute. So to make that, you just want 2 small balls of the vanilla clay, and we're going to place those on the front of the cupcake. I place mine still in balls just because they're easier to move around, and then I flatten them down with my finger when I'm happy with the position, and then I sort of shape them with my finger while they're on there.
I'm just going to go ahead and press them down into shape. And then we're going to texture them like the rest of the cupcake. So then next up we need to make the eyes. So Ruth made hers by putting in 2 indents with a ball tool or a dotting tool, and then popping in some brown clay. 2 balls of brown clay. So I'm just positioning the eyes where I want them. So then we've got 2 balls of clay. Oh, they're too big. Because what Ruth did was she popped in her balls of clay and then she indented them. So I don't want them to be too big, otherwise the clay is going to smush out. So I made them a bit smaller. I'm going to pop them in the indents. Oh, that's a lot better. All right. So put them in there, and then I'm going to take the dotting tool again, and I'm just going to press them in. Next up, she added a little nose just near the snout part. So I've gone ahead and made a little, oh, I forgot what that shape's called, a little oval, and I'm just tucking it in there. Also, I realised this angle is probably not the best from down there. We get very intense when we do the face. And the other thing she did was just add 3 little dots onto each of the snout parts where the whiskers would go. Now I'm pretty sure we're going to be up to the shading part of the video.
I'm taking a quick crash course in it right now.
I'm going to skip this part because I think I do know how to do the leopard print. So I just want to see what colours of chalk pastel she uses. Oh, too far.
So you want to take that chalk pastel that you used to do the shading on only the centre of the cupcake and the ears, but this time we're going to use that as the light colour for these spots.
So that's going to be the orangey colour, and then I think we're going to put the darker brown around it. Wait, so why did I do that wrong? Why do I have 3 shades of chalk pastel? Anyway, so I'm going to find a smaller brush. This one will do, and I'm going to put some splodges of this colour chalk pastel on. And this is what it looks like. So now we're going to go ahead and add the darker colour. Now Ruth said that she got really stuck with what tool to use. So I'm going to try my little rubber blending tool. But just in case I don't like that one, I've also got my really small dotting tool. So we'll see which one I prefer. Here's the darker mixture I made before. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the outlines around those other splodges I made. So I'll just pick up a little bit, but I don't want too much. I feel like this part's going to be really tricky. I don't want to ruin it. Okay, that one's not working. I don't think that's working. Let's try this. But I don't know if this will pick up much colour. Oh no, okay, it definitely did. This part's actually quite hard. I feel like it's okay though because the spots don't have to be perfect, and I'm cool with that. And that's probably lucky for me because I'm finding this really hard to like pick up the darker colour with my tool. So I went ahead off camera and added the splotches, and then the last thing Ruth said that she likes to do is go ahead and add just some really small dark patches just to fill in the gaps so that there's not so much of the cupcake showing through. I did start doing that on the back already. I just need to add the little patches on the front.
Design to the cupcake, it's time to remove it from the mould, so do this very carefully so you don't ruin your cupcake. I'm using ice screws, so I poked a hole in it before it baked, and then I'm going to add them afterwards. But if you're using something like ice screws or head pins, you might want to add that in now. Alright,
I'll pause it there. So I'm going to go ahead, before I remove it from the mould, I'm going to add an eye pin into my cupcake because that's what I would usually do. And then I need to remove it from the mould. That part I usually find the hardest because, or not the hardest, it's actually easy to get out. It's more the scariest because if your cupcake is not lined up and centered like you think it's been this whole time, it doesn't really work. And it's really hard to fix as well. So we'll see how we go. I'm just going to add my eye pin into the top here. Very carefully push it down using my pliers. And then the scary part, I'm going to pop it out of the mold. So just very carefully kind of go around like this. Oh, there we go. And this is kind of like the moment of truth. Oh, it actually worked. I more just can't believe that I got it centered. That usually works horribly for me. I usually have to dissect my poor little cupcakes and put them back together. But this one, I managed to get in the right spot. It must be the good luck I'm getting from Ruth. All right, what do I need to do now?
So this next step is completely optional, but I think it just adds a little something and I think it's really sweet. So I'm just going to be adding leopard print to the base of the cupcake.
So the last instructions were that I need to bake my clay and then I can paint on the bottom some more leopard print details. I'm gonna go ahead and bake it, and then all I need to do is add my paint. I went and baked my charm, so as you can see it's hard and baked now. I also went ahead and mixed my first paint color for the base of the cupcake, so I'm just going to begin adding my leopard spots and then I'll be all done. So this is what my little leopard charm ended up looking like. I think it looks pretty good. It's a little bit different to Ruth. I think maybe the ears are just a bit bigger, but in comparison, I think I did a pretty good job. I really love the way this charm turned out, and it's something I'd never made before, so it was fun to try and follow someone else's tutorial because I don't really do that much anymore, I guess. So now I'm gonna go ahead and watch Ruth's video of following one of my tutorials. I don't know which one she is following at the moment. She's just sent me a link, so I'm going to click on it and watch it. Ruth, it's private. Dang it. I'll have to message her quickly. Okay, I'm back. It is a different day, but I got the link working, so I'm just gonna go ahead and watch Ruth's video. She said it's a big fail, but I don't think it will be because she's pretty talented. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and watch it.
So I'm thinking maybe this sloth here in the middle.
Do the sloth!
I've got a tan colour. Do I have a brown?
The sloth's one of my favourites. Please do the sloth.
No, those are all rose gold. No, I definitely have a brown. Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, so I've got brown and tan, so I think I'm going to do this one. I've got the green leaves. So, sloth, here we come. I feel like this whole video, I'm only up to 1:21, but I have not stopped smiling. My face is just like... This was my idea. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I don't want it to be awful.
It won't be awful.
Hi everyone, it's
Yes, dance to my music.
I've also realised I kind of over-conditioned this clay.
Oh, that's really soft.
Which means it's going to be like impossible to work with.
Also, I love how you're second guessing yourself about rolling a ball of clay. You're going to do fine.
Anyone else do that awkward face when they're conditioning like this?
Yes, yes. I thought I was the only one.
I love that I'm just assuming she's doing something better than I am because she's an absolute queen.
Ruth just called me a queen.
Oh no, I forgot she blends everything and I never have to bother blending things.
Oh,
no.
I don't blend everything, you don't have to blend it.
Toys with my... I love that I'm sure when Rachel does hers, she's just going to be following along, she's going to have no problems. I'm just sat here chatting to myself, just like being really horrible.
No, it's turning out so good. And I love your chatty videos anyway, so...
I would like bake this branch first. Because I know I'd destroy it while I was trying to make the rest.
That's actually a good idea to bake the branch
first. In a second, I'm sure I'm about to do.
Why didn't I think of that? Well, she's not doing it anyway. I need to stop clapping. She's not doing it anyway, it doesn't matter.
Wait, how are they all touching the branch?
That's a good question. Now that I'm watching my own video, I'm like, how are all the legs wrapped around in a way that they're touching the branch? I'll need to go look at my own charm later. I'm baffled too.
Make any sense?
I don't know. You were doubting yourself way too much. He's really cute. Oh, he looks really good. Oh, okay, finish. Ruth, I love how your sloth charm turned out. I think if we put them side by side, they will look very similar. I think yours is probably a bit bigger than mine. But overall, I think you turned out super cute, and I think you did a really good job because I know that animals aren't your strong kind of thing, and I think you did the challenge really well. So I'd just like to say a big thank you to Ruth for doing this collab with me. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for lots more crafty videos. Also be sure to check out Ruth's video. I'll leave the link down in the description box. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye guys.